Okay, all right. Our Community Bridges team is building relationships with organizations in Brookline that serve historically underrepresented residents in order to listen to and support residents on the front lines of climate change. Today, we welcome Arlington's Susan Lees, who works on the Mothers Out Front statewide environmental justice team, as well as Clean Heat, Clean Air campaign. She also convenes the Frontlines Working Group, which tracks and helps meet solidarity requests from frontline organizations. These teams and many of us have supported organizations and residents fighting the Weymouth compressor, the East Boston Electric Substation, and now Longmeadow Springfield Pipeline expansion, which we'll learn about today. If you have questions for Susan, I'd like to encourage you to type them into the chat. This will allow us to be more efficient. And at the end, we're going to have an action that we hope everybody can participate in. So Susan, it's all yours.
Thank you. And good morning. It's so nice to be with you for one of your wonderful action calls and to be joining together today to support the Put Gas in the Past campaign. This campaign calls on Governor Healy to declare by Earth Day that there's no future for gas in Massachusetts. It urges her to halt any new gas infrastructure expansion in our state until we have a plan for a just transition to renewable energy. The goal is 10,000 signatures on the Put the Gas in the Past petition. And I just heard that the signature collecting will continue until that goal is reached. It's a really bold and exciting campaign and one of the magnitude that we need. We're in a climate emergency, but our utility companies and gas pipeline companies are intent on expanding their gas infrastructure systems still. We should, as we know, be getting off fossil fuels, not expanding their use. And of course, we should be ending the harm to environmental justice communities as we make this transition. Next slide. The Put the Gas in the Past campaign is led by the frontline organization, Springfield Climate Justice Coalition, working together with the Longmeadow Pipeline Awareness Group. And the impetus for this campaign is the expansion plan that Eversource has for these two communities. High pressure meter station in Longmeadow, then a new 5.3-mile pipeline beneath the streets of Longmeadow and Springfield, and then an updated regulator station in downtown Springfield. You can see where that, you can see the path on that slide that I have there. The pipeline main at 16 inches wide and 200 pounds per square inch would run through many environmental justice neighborhoods in Springfield and near a school and near residents. And this new pipeline and the expanded regulator station with the methane and nitrogen oxide emissions would increase air pollution indoors and outdoors and worsen respiratory illness throughout Springfield. And as you probably know, Springfield already suffers from high rates of respiratory illness. In 2019 and 2020, it was declared the asthma capital of the nation, though it's lower on the list now. So this would be another inequitable environmental burden on a city already targeted by multiple toxic and polluting industries. I heard from doctors with Greater Boston Physicians for Social Responsibility last week that they're also responding to pleas from residents and helping with this. Next slide. So bad for the communities, bad for the climate, and says the opposition, completely unnecessary and redundant, because it would run right alongside another older but doing just fine pipeline. But Eversource says, well, what if that pipeline breaks someday? And the residents' opposition says, like, would you build a second house just in case your first one might burn down someday? Seems not to make a lot of sense. Of course, the utilities make a really good profit from the building of any gas system infrastructure. And this is a slide of a protest in Springfield. Eversource, destroying our future, for investor profits. And right up the front, or right in the right, in the middle there, you can see a Mothers Out Front banner. Amherst Mothers Out Front is very active on this. So although the Springfield Climate Justice Coalition started their work in Springfield, they decided to take no gas infrastructure expansion statewide to our new governor. And now organizations from all across the state are joining in. Next slide. This is a slide which is on Kathy Christopherson's Stop Northeast Gas Expansion site. I hope she doesn't mind my using it. Kathy, if you don't know her, is a really strong Massachusetts fighter against the pipeline expansion. You can see where some of the utility and pipeline companies have tried to expand, often successfully. You can see up there north, National Grid in Lowell, just south of Boston in the Fall River Basin with Enbridge. Further south, Eversource and National Grid were trying to build loops and laterals through 25 or so communities and more. And then over on the left is the way left is the Long Meadow Springfield pipeline project, not yet decided. So gas expansion has got to stop. Next slide. The energy around this campaign is exciting. The statewide Mass Power Forward Coalition is playing a huge role. The support for this solidarity campaign has been raised up by Mothers Out Front Clean Heat, Clean Air campaign. And right now, there are over 3,300 signatures, and lots of people will be tabling to collect signatures on Earth Day. I hear you have something going on in Brookline on May 20th, but just to say that there's also a rally and march in Springfield on May 20th at 1 o'clock. There'll be carpooling or vans for Mothers Out Front to go together. Maura Healey has declared herself a climate governor, and we know that she cares. She's appointed a climate chief, the first in the nation. We also know that the fossil fuel industry is pushing her. So let's have her back and let's push her where we need to. That's it from me. Are there questions?
Thank you, Susan. I wonder, Kelly, if you could put the link to the petition in the chat. And
Yep, will do.
Does anybody have any questions for Susan about the petition? Go ahead, Diane.
Do you know how many signatures have been collected so far?
Yeah, 3,300, just over that yesterday. And we have, we're using our own Mothers Out Front link so that we will be able to tell what comes from Mothers Out Front, track our numbers, and hopefully maybe continue to build our numbers.
Yeah, that's great. So go ahead, Bambi.
Will there be any kind of comparable demonstration in Boston at the State House as to what there is in Springfield?
That's a good question. I know that really, I know that they would like to, the Springfield Climate Justice Coalition wants to deliver a letter that 100 organizations signed earlier, and they've been trying to set up a meeting with the governor to do that. Maybe something will happen this week. I haven't heard about a demonstration, but that might be, down the road. Good possibility. Absolutely.
It'd be great to put together the demonstration and the giving her of the petition.
Yeah.
It draws more press than just going into her office and handing it to her, and then nobody knows.
Oh no, I think it will. I think they'll let her know all of them. Yeah.
The press, likes to have a photograph. So
you're right. Yes.
Right. Anyone else with a question? There's a link to the petition in the chat. And Kelly, do we have a slide of the sample email or? And it was.
I didn't make a slide, but I did send the sample text in the email I sent this morning, and I'll put in the chat a link to a Google Doc that will include that sample text. And I'm also going to put in the chat links to our social media pages so that people can like and retweet social media posts that should be posted in the next couple minutes, if not already.
So right now, what we can do, unless we have other questions, any other last minute questions? Unless we have other questions, I think we should all fill out the petition and write an email to everyone you know, include a link to the petition, ask them to sign it. There's some sample emails in the email that Kelly sent out this morning. And importantly, also go on social media now and like the posts that we have on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So why don't we take 10 minutes now? We have a good amount of time, which is awesome. And do some of that work and then come back at, let's come back at around 25 after. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Kelly, is there a link on your email to the petition?
Yes, there's a link in the sample email to the petition.
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
I think it's at the bottom. It says, let's see.
This is the email you sent out this morning.
Yeah, and the email I sent out this morning, at the bottom is the sample email.
Oh.
And then,
okay.
so you can just delete
I'll
the
look at
text
it.
above it and then send it so you don't have to copy and paste. Do you see it? It's after it says, will you add your name? The last paragraph.
Maybe I have the wrong email.
Oh, I can see. You want me to send? I can resend it to you.
Is it the same one as that Zoom link?
Yep, the email I sent out at 9 this morning, at the bottom of it, it contains the sample email.
Oh, I don't think I have that.
Oh, okay, I'll resend
Oh,
it to you
wait a
right now.
minute, let me look in my inbox, hold on.
Okay, that's okay, I can resend it to you.
No, I think I found it.
Okay, yeah, it starts with MOF, the subject line.
No, I only have the state email.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll just resend it to you. Take me just a
Okay,
second.
thanks.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, Kelly, it's Leora. I don't think I have the email either. I checked
Oh,
my
really?
spam. Yeah, I checked my spam folder too. I didn't see it there.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, I can send it to you too.
Thank you.
Anyone else not have the email handy? Okay. Yeah, if you can't find it, just let me know. I'll send it right now to Leora and Julia.
Hmm. Have you sent it?
Yep, I sent it like 30 seconds ago.
No,
Let's
so
see if
far, I haven't gotten it.
oh, huh. Yeah, I sent it. It's your
Oh,
Comcast.
here it is. Okay.
Okay, so we're at about 25 after. I wonder if anyone wants to share what they did. I sent an email to like 25 people, and I tweeted and liked the posts on Instagram and so on. Would anybody else like to share? And I just want to thank Susan Lees again for a really good and succinct presentation about this petition that's so important. The more people we reach, the better.
You.
Does anybody else want to share what we've been up to these last 10 minutes?
I just wanted to put a plug in for the video is really compelling. It really motivated me to to do something. Just seeing where the pipeline goes through, and it goes by schools and in really densely populated areas. It's like 5 minutes, but it's really compelling. So I'll pop it into the chat.
Pop it into the chat, and that way if people have a moment after our meeting, you can just watch the video right away. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I was going to put that video link in my email.
Yeah,
So-
that's a great idea, actually. Go ahead, Susan.
I forgot to say, there's also another petition party on May 11th
Mhm.
from Mothers Out Front, and that will probably be a whole hour.
Mhm.
So if you want to do it again or see how things are going, that will, and an email will come your way. So
Also occurs to me that when you email your friends, encourage them to pass on the petition to other people that they know. So, Sloan, you're on mute. We would love to hear what you're saying.
I wanted to ask this question, but I couldn't get it. I got trouble getting on. I don't know. Where's the video? I haven't seen the video. I don't know. Sounds like something I really want to see, but I don't know what video Kelly was talking about.
So Kelly just put a link to it in the chat, so you
Well,
can
it
click
is
on
the
it.
chat.
You can
Well,
click
thank
on
you,
it
Kelly.
now, and it also went out in the email this morning along with the sample.
I wish I'd, yes, of
Yeah.
course, I should
Yeah.
have emailed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Bambi, you seem to have your hand raised in
I
the.
am. I'm right here, and I don't have on stop video, and I've disappeared. I don't know. Never happened. It's my ghostly side. Two things. I know a woman in Longmeadow, so I'm going to call her
Oh, awesome.
and send her the. I don't remember if I sent it. And a tip which I rarely use. When we forward things, we usually forward to the same people.
Mhm.
I avoided everybody in Mothers Out Front. Well, I just occasionally do what I did today. I sent out 2 rounds because you could only have 15 or 20 on a thing. I just type in a letter of the alphabet, T, and I get all the Tims and all the Toms and all, so that I did people who I haven't spoken to in a year.
Awesome.
People who get tired of getting emails from me, once a week on various topics. So this way, it's fresh, and I think they're more likely to open it and act.
I love that idea, Bambi. That's really great. Diane.
Yeah, I always I save the list of Brookline friends that I email these things to, and I just copy the group of email, like 90 emails, put them into BCC.
Yeah, I do BCC also.
And
Yeah, Diane, and also for this, we don't want just people in Brookline. We want
I know.
anybody, across the state. The farther west, the better in a certain kind of way, because these people are being impacted personally. But yeah, it all matters this time.
I have lists too, but the same people get all the time. So I really,
Don't worry.
what did she have to say? And so I think that might. And then their circle of friends is different from my circle of friends. They're people I know, who aren't necessarily political. So
You're actually making me think I should write to my town meeting members. I'm a town meeting member, but the other people in my precinct, which I don't typically do for these things, but I will do it right now. Thank you, everyone. Anybody else? And should we take a photo? Kelly, what do you think? Do you have that capacity?
Yeah, I can do a photo.
Okay, awesome. Let's if we Pat and Gina and Lynn, if you can put your camera on, if you're up for it, it would be great to see your beautiful faces. Bambi, you too, if it's working.
nope.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll miss you this time, Bambi, but next time. And Susan, thank you again. Everybody smile.
Oh, hold on. I'm doing this.
Keep
I'm
going,
doing
keep going.
a, hold on. Keep smiling. Oh,
Ah.
okay. Sorry, I did a screenshot, which took longer than I thought.
Okay.
Thanks.
It's
Thank
great
you.
to
This
see
is
everybody, and the next,
amazing. Thank you.
we will have
Thank you,
another
Susan.
Community Bridges meeting. Is it next week or the week after, Kelly?
Yeah, next Thursday at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, which is different.
Yeah, it's usually 8:30 on every other Thursday.
Oh, what I mean is in terms of the action call, are we having a Community Bridges?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, the next of the series of Community Bridges action calls will be May 11th.
Okay, awesome. All right, nice to see everybody.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you,
Have a great
Susan.
day.
Thanks,
Watch the
Kathy.
video.
Thanks, Susan.
Thank you, Susan. All right. Bye, Pat.
She might be,
Yeah, already gone.
oh, I gotta stop the video.
Oh.